Travis Wayne Goodsill, just a quick video before I go off to bed, and I'll upload it tomorrow morning. People are getting definitions wrong. Even the Google definition. One that is pertinent for this video is what the definition of race is. It's number 2, not number 1. And it says each of the major groupings into which humankind is considered. But it also says a group of people sharing the same culture, history, language, etc., an ethnic group. So at least they're putting in here that people have changed it. We are all human, of the human race. That is the correct categorization definition. The whole enslavement of blacks, the treating as inferior anybody who's not white or not your ethnic group, has been purposely altered to consider people not human. This is where the incorrect definitions come from, which is why I keep trying to emphasize we're all human. That's why when Black Lives Matter were protesting, I kept trying to help warn, no, telling white people that Black Lives Matter is only going to anger them. They think you're not human. You need to tell people you're human. We're all human. People who hate refuse to accept that. And so when we talk about black, white, Asian, Hispanic, Latino, those are ethnic groups. And so it's not racism. It's not being racist per se. Because when you are, like Brigham Young, taking away priesthood from blacks, he was being racist in the sense that he was treating other humans as subhumans. But we are not separated by race. We are separated by ethnic groups, which have to do with our culture, our history, language, our location geographically, our nation that we come from, etc. That's an ethnic group. And so our government needs to stop putting which race are you, because that shows our government is still racist, treating the ethnic groups as subhuman. The government forms need to have which ethnic group are you. And so technically it can be vast, because you can be a white Southern Californian Mormon who's above 6 feet, who speaks 3 languages, etc. And so, yes, we shouldn't have ethnic grouping for segregation purposes. That's the danger with segregationalism, is that people do it based on the different ethnic groups. And so we need to stop treating each other as a different ethnic group and start treating us as human. And the lesson is not being learned, and it's not helping when dictionaries are perpetuating the racist definition, thinking that they're being politically correct or culturally correct or whatever crap correct they think they are doing. Because political correctness was not politically correct. Etiquette was not etiquette. Morality is not moral, etc., etc. Because when it's used to segregate, it already defeats the purpose. So, for the video, now that you have the background, President Russell M. Nelson commemorates Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Oh, isn't that great? So how does he commemorate it? Shows an old picture. See, I have a black friend. He does it on Facebook because he knows I don't have a membership there. But enough of his post or whatever it's called for Facebook, or Meta. Isn't it Meta now? Why are they saying Facebook? It's Meta. It still uses the F logo. I thought it was Meta now. What's going on? What happened? Did the guy get too embarrassed by the public and stop doing Meta and gone back to Facebook? Anyway, so yeah, Nelson's hugging him. Isn't that great? I did the video yesterday on Martin Luther King about how they purposely are chumping women, blacks, LGBTQ, IAPO+. Again, you're segregating yourself. Stop adding letters. You're human. Except in the homeless. And so it's an old photo that he used. He didn't do anything today. He didn't go and march with those at the Capitol today in Utah. He didn't go. Instead, he does a Facebook post of, oh, see, I've extorted people into being my friend. And so, over the last few years, and see if you catch it. I've already given you the background. See if you catch it. I have developed a treasured friendship with the Reverend Amos C. Brown, who took over the church. I did that video when he did the video for Mormons. Nelson couldn't do it. He had him do it. Pastor of San Francisco's Third Baptist Church and a member of the board of directors of the NAACP. I also saw a news thing about a Mormon, it's not on the church news, it's Salt Lake Tribune or something. A black Mormon has done a study course on how not to be racist. And again, I did the video today. If the president and the prophets will not make restitution, a full restitution for their hatred, all Mormons see is, well, the prophet, no, he's not doing anything about it, so I'm not. The YouTube employees attack me because they think they're helping the church. Mormons send hate and death threats because they think they're protecting the church. So when Monson came out before he died and said, be kind, it went right over the head of Mormons. It got redefined Oh, okay, I'll be kind. I'm going to withhold substance from this person and laugh at them. That'll be kind. I'm going to beat this person up. I'm being kind. But this is how haters think. And Nelson is not doing what he needs to do. He needs to get up at the pulpit of conference or do a special broadcast and say the church has abused blacks, women, LGBTQIAPO+. Please don't add any more. You're human. And the poor, for so long, the church is now going to spend $3.2876 trillion of our money, total asset value, to help pull people out of the bondage we've put them in. And they will never do that because they had too much wealth. That comes from Scripture. He continues. Remember, I set it up in the beginning for you. Pay attention. See if you catch it. Though I come from a different background, what does that mean? Ethnic group. A different family, ethnic group, and a different race. See why it's so important for correct definitions to be spoken of by the leaders in this nation, whether it be in business, whether it be in government, whether it be in religion, whether it be in positions of trust. Correct definitions and making sure people understand the correct definitions is vital for any society. Because what Nelson just said, the Reverend Amos C. Brown is not human. By the correct definition, he called him subhuman, as he's commemorating Martin Luther King Jr. Day. This is what white supremacists love to do. They love to use the incorrect definitions of words because they know their people understand that incorrect definition. And so what Nelson did, oh yeah, we'll be nice, but they're still not human. That's what Mormons hear. They're still cursed by Cain. And they ignore the scriptures. We are not punished for our parents' sins. Men shall be punished for their own sins and not Adam's transgressions. So guess what? It's not our doctrine to blame people for that of forefathers. And then there's some complications because ex-Mormons don't understand that it's all coded. I've been desperately trying to teach this to people, dropping bombshell after bombshell, and it's frustrating because YouTube won't let me break the wall to get to the people who want to see my videos if they knew I existed. And yet, despite having called Reverend Amos C. Brown not human, he then quotes Reverend Amos C. Brown. He affectionately refers to me as his brother from another mother. Reverend Brown knows how to love. President Nelson only knows hate. It's so sickening. And so, good night.